Welcome back to the Sherman podcast. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-bum, bum, bum. It's our new, what's it called? Intro song? Theme song? It's a work in progress.
This has been Sherman. I'm Athena P.
And this is Athena Priftakis. Athena
Yes.
P. Oh no, I said your full name.
Oh my
No.
gosh, they'll find me. Nah, I've used my full name before.
Oh, alright.
Do we want to do a different intro?
I think this is delightfully awkward.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so, Athena, what are we talking about today?
We are exploring weird subreddits.
We are indeed. Some very, very weird subreddits.
Yes. I had a very old YouTube video that is now unlisted that explored all of these different subreddits. I think the first one that I discovered, I don't know how I discovered this one. I think I was reading an article or something. It was r/adultery. And I thought it would be people who were like sharing their experiences being cheated on, but instead it was a whole community of people just bragging that they're cheating on their significant other. And they had like different terms. Like I think it was AP is like adultery partner. They're like, I have 4 adultery partners and they're all so great. And I was actually going to talk about that a bit today. But it's just so infuriating. It isn't even funny or interesting at that point. It just makes you, like, it makes me viscerally mad. I wanted to just read one post just so you guys know what I'm talking about. Because when I was looking at it 2 years ago, it pissed me off. But there's this new post that just, oh my gosh. It was, so let me share this with you guys. Message to those visiting from our surviving infidelity or anyone generally anti-adultery. You are more than welcome to interact with everyone here, ask questions, or provide your own insights. This sub is obviously pro-adultery, but there is nothing against the rules regarding opposing viewpoints. However, there are some things I'd appreciate if you keep in mind. You should realize, yes, we know, most if not all of us gave our first choices a lot of serious thought before we started down this path, and most, if not all of us, think about it regularly, if not daily. Again, from our sidebar, don't let yourself whitewash the potential catastrophic results that having an affair can have on spouses, partners, kids, family, friends, etc. This is the path of mifumado, hell, deception, lies, abuse, trust, and all sorts of other sins abound. The moral predicament isn't something everyone can handle, probably for good reason. So they're just like, these people like view themselves like the Joker. It's like, well, being evil isn't an easy path, but it's one we're willing to take.
Are they being fucking gatekeepery, like elitist
Yes.
about cheating on
Yes!
your significant other?
It's like, they view themselves like Disney villains when in real life they probably just look like Big Ed from 90 Day Fiancé and are literal slime balls. Like, for real! Since this sub... there's more. There's more.
God. Oh, no.
Since this sub is pro-adultery, your opposing viewpoint is in the minority, and majority of the users here disagree with you by default. Debate and discussion is welcomed, but simply trying to convince us how wrong we are is not. Keep in mind that your viewpoint is shared by pretty much the majority of society everywhere else. So there is no need for you to venture into the lion's den wearing a steak vest, trying to convince us to become vegetarians.
They sound like fucking, like, Nazis or something. They're just like, no, we don't want to hear any arguments about why our thoughts and feelings or why what we do is wrong.
They welcome it, but just know that they will never change their minds because they know and they just don't care. That's what they're saying. That's the craziest thing, is that there's more, but I'm not going to read the rest. I really want to read that because the line that said something along the lines of, keep in mind that your viewpoint is shared by pretty much the majority of society everywhere else. I read that and I'm like, you're making the cheating community a minority. You actually view yourselves as minorities for being assholes. Like,
it's so hard cheating on your significant other. You don't know the hardships that go along with it.
Oh my god, there was another post. I'm not even going to read it word for word, but there was another post that's like, wow, a lot of these posts are so sad. It's like, don't get into this lifestyle if you're not ready for it. Like, me, a confident woman, having, like, 7 affair partners is just the normal. And, like, I have no emotional strings attached. Like, I don't even care. Like, the biggest bragging point in this community is how unfeeling and cold and awful you are to literally everyone in your lives.
They're like 14-year-olds who think that, like, being a psychopath is a cool thing.
I would be more comfortable if it was more people in, like, high school or middle school. But most of these people, from what I've seen, have been like, yeah, so I know my kids aren't happy about it. I'm like, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Your parents? I hate them so much.
I hope their lives all get destroyed by this. Jeez.
Me too. They're going to hell. They're going straight to hell. Anyway, let's explore some of the fun subreddits now. Now that we got a little heated.
Yeah. I intentionally wanted to look for subreddits that were, like, not weird in that way that makes you, like, angry.
The way that makes you hate humanity.
But more weird in a, why does this exist? This is just weird.
Exactly. All of mine are like that too. So, do you want to go for one of yours first?
Sure, I can start. So my first subreddit that I found, it's called Desire Path.
That sounds like our adultery. I'm kidding.
Actually could not be farther from that. It's weird. So let me read the little description on the little sidebar. Dedicated to the paths that humans prefer rather than the paths that humans create. And then all of the pictures are literally just like pathways that you walk on outside. Except it's like mostly like the top post right now when I'm looking at it, it's a picture of a sidewalk going through a park, and then branching off of the sidewalk is a dirt trail that was obviously just created by people just walking off the trail.
Huh. That's so interesting.
It's really, yeah, there's something kind of zen about it in a way, though. I
was gonna say, like, in the photography, there's also, like, a story being shown, or almost like a hidden message based on what you just said.
Yeah, there's also, there's a little thing on the sidebar also, it says, from Wikipedia, a desire path, also known as a desire line, social trail, goat track, or bootleg trail, can be a path created as a consequence of foot or bicycle traffic. The path usually represents the shortest or most easily navigated route between an origin and a destination. The width of the path and its erosion are indicators of the amount of use the path receives. Desire paths emerge as shortcuts, where constructed ways take a circuitous route, or have gaps or are lacking entirely.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
very
really
poetic,
weird.
very heady.
It's kind of philosophical in a way.
Absolutely. So I love that you started with a philosophical one. One would say I did the same thing. This is the subreddit called Billy Mays Mixtapes. Basically, I think they just sample the iconic infomercial king and put it in sort of a mixtape-y thing. There are many videos. There are some fake album covers. One says, Little Maze, come over when you're OxyClean.
Jeez.
I'm not sure if I told you this, but I'm pretty sure that when Billy Mays died, I cried. I sent an email. That's just crazy. Like, I mean, I didn't even know I had that much of a connection to him, but I remember there's this email that I sent my friend at the time, and I described him as my inspiration for acting. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. Oh, wow. Wait, there's this one video that actually says that Billy Mays' son is actually in the music scene, so that's so cool.
You either had to drive around that way or spend hundreds of dollars to have it fixed. Not anymore.
Oh, this is so good. Are you listening?
You the power to remove that dent or ding in minutes.
Oh, I've heard this one, yes.
Yourself. Here's how it works. Simply apply the special bonding agent to the super strong dent puller and place it firmly in the middle of the dent. Now fit the pulling bridge over it and twist on the special wing nut. It's like dialing the dent away. You see it happen instantly, right before your eyes, like magic. The dent is gone. And look, your car is like new again. It's like the dent was never there. You want your car or truck to look good. Nobody wants to drive around with dents and dents.
This is so good. Why do you look so terrified?
Bizarre.
It slaps. Link in description if you want to check this out for yourself. In its full glory. This is fantastic. That was really, really good. Claps to whoever made that, because I really was vibing with it. Ben looked disturbed. I loved it. I live for it. You want to show me your next subreddit?
Alright, this next one is called Have We Met? So, from what I can tell, this is a subreddit about a fake community. Everyone on the subreddit is pretending to be a member of this fake community, like a village or like a town or something.
Yeah.
And they're all pretending to be people in this town who all know each other. Mm-hmm. And it's really weird. So it's like all the posts are just like stuff that you'd expect to see on a subreddit dedicated to like a specific town or city. So it's like
is it like weirdly like a dystopia, or it's just like a normal place that could exist?
It's kind of like a normal place that could exist.
That's
so like there's
so
this
weird.
post I found looking for lost cat. Meet the Sunday school teacher night was a success. Poetry night at my dad's restaurant is still happening.
Aww. That's like, honestly...
Update on Sheila.
Honestly, that's such a relevant subreddit for something, like, happening now. Like, in a pandemic, I could see so many more people turning to that fake community and, like, seeking out, like, some sort of feeling of normalcy, even if it's super weird at first. If you roleplay as anything, like, it could be a huge form of escapism. It might have started as a joke, but now that this whole social distancing thing is happening, I think that's brilliant.
Yeah. I like that there's also, like, people role-playing as, like, boomers in the town.
That's so funny.
There's this post I just found. Most of today's kids want to be like their favorite influencers. In my time, kids wanted to be like MacGyver. I miss those days. Is there anybody in town who wants to join the MacGyver fan club?
Wait a second, are there recent posts in this?
Most recent post is from 4 hours ago. It's, I finally graduated. Aw. So did we.
Aw, well that's...
Aw.
Aw. Jeez, too real. I like the MacGyver fan club better.
Oh, they even have like a daily discussion thread every day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wow.
They haven't posted the one for today yet, but they've got the one from yesterday up.
I'm not gonna lie, all of my subreddits that I chose are pretty dead. I feel like that one is thriving right now. Like, because of all the reasons I was saying before. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on to my next subreddit.
Okay.
It's called GGGG. And this is really weird. Because the most recent thing that happened, this is a subreddit where everyone just posts G content, just spamming the letter G. But recently, they had a war. A bunch of people were coming into the GGG subreddit and spamming a bunch of H's. And they were genuinely, like, it seemed like they were really pissed off. G is still cool. Everyone is on the H hype train, but I still got a love for GGG.
This is so stupid.
I come in peace from r/the letter H. We will become allies.
I fucking hate the letter G so damn much.
Fuck G. Me and the homies only type H. Wow. What side are you on? I need to gather some more information before I can say for sure.
Yeah, I'm really not sure where I stand on this battle.
Why is it just two letters too? Like, why isn't it the whole alphabet?
Yeah.
Why are there just 50% of people are G, 50% of people are H? It's so bizarre. This started in 2011, and now I guess it just became restricted because of the war.
Oh, whoa, I just noticed that.
So weird. It became restricted. I guess they really got pissed off. I don't think there's anything else to say about it. It's just that happened.
For me, top post of all time is K. But then it's an image, and you open the image, and it says, just kidding, G.
So I'm guessing, is there a K community? Is there a community for every single letter?
I don't know. I am not going to look up a subreddit called KKK, though.
It's got to be the letter K. They could not have done a repeated K.
Oh, there's a KKKK community.
That's still too close, man. You should have done what the H did and just call it the letter K.
Oh, yeah, this is a, not a great one.
Stop falling down this rabbit hole. This was not my that's not my subreddit.
This is a weird one.
So we like G more than K for sure, but we still don't know about H.
It's,
Alright, your next post.
G is the way to go, I think. Alright, just, get ready.
Mm-hmm.
This is an experience. It's called Uer. I'm gonna send you the link without telling you what it is. You're going to click on it, but be ready. Just be ready.
What?
She has no idea what she's about to look at.
Oh. What the hell? That's so cool. It's like fish but eyes. I don't understand. This is very Dada. I don't understand what's happening at all. Is there a point or no?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you. It just, like, all I can get from this is, oh man, I am not good with computer. Help.
Now with 200k% more wet. That's their description, and that really didn't clear up anything. Is there a picture of Andy Samberg? Who is that?
Oh, I want to say that's, what's his face from, How I Met Your Mother.
This one really hurts my brain. I really want an explanation. I hate things where I don't get explanations. Why would you do this to me? You knew this would happen if you showed this to me. You knew this would happen.
Yeah, I don't think there is any explanation for this. I think this is just... Someone thought this would be fun to do.
There's like a turtle on a Ouija board. I can't do this. I need to go to the next one. Unless there's something else you have to say for yourself.
That's it. Uer.
Thanks so much, Ben. This next one is called Weird Eggs.
Oh, I think I might have been to this one before.
I love seeing weird eggs. Like eggs with wrinkles, different colored eggs, super, super small eggs in the same batch. One with little egg pimples on it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it. I love this one. See, this is the stuff I like.
This is the stuff Athena likes.
Yes, it's simple, it has an explanation, and yeah.
Well,
I like it.
I hate to say it, but none of the rest of my 2 subreddits are like this.
Thanks, Ben.
One of them does kind of have an explanation. It is
an explanation? There was this one video that I saw. I'm not sure if it was from this subreddit exactly, or if I just really have a fascination for weird eggs and this subreddit is my calling. But I saw this one video of an egg being cracked and there was another egg inside it. And to this day, I like really want something like that to happen to me. That just feels like what are the odds? No, I'm serious. Like
you want yourself to be cracked open and there's another you inside of you?
Shut up. No, you know that's not what I meant. No, I want an egg like that. I feel like that's such good luck.
I'm just thinking of like a little tiny Athena inside of you.
Oh my gosh, you know there's a lot of posts about eggs that don't have shells and just the membrane though. Apparently that's pretty common, and I've never seen anything like that either, and I'm so jealous of these people who have all these cool eggs. We have a chicken that lays blue eggs. Let me show this to you. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. A blue egg, Ben. What?
Whoa.
That's so cool. I love it. Anyway.
Oh, that's interesting.
That has been my favorite subreddit so far.
Alright, so this one's definitely weird, but it's kind of fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
This is Subreddit Simulator.
Oh, that. I love things like that.
Yeah, so here's the link. So for those not in the know, Subreddit Simulator, you'll go on it and it looks like it's a regular subreddit, but none of the people posting on it are actual people. They're all bots. And they're all bots that were programmed to simulate being a user from a specific subreddit. So, like, there's...
oh, wow.
Let me see. So there's like a Not the Onion subreddit simulator bot. There's a conspiracy bot. Reaction GIFs. There's a dogs gaming Ask Reddit. Shower thoughts.
Question. How do they make a subreddit that only bots can post on? Like, can no one else join it? Or can people join but they just don't have the ability to post?
Submissions are restricted.
Gotcha. Cool. There's 420,000 members, so clearly this really, really interests a lot of people. I like that.
Yeah.
Bots pretending to be humans. Freaks me out, but it is so interesting. Like, who is the person that really programmed all of these? Is it the same person, or was it just...
I don't know. I feel like it must be, like, a couple people. Mm-hmm. Oh, I just noticed. They've got a, they've got a thing on the sidebar. It's the top 100 bots currently. I think it's based off of, like, how much karma they have. How many upvotes they get. I
think the only people that can comment are the simulators too.
The bots.
The bots. Yeah, so there's
no one's allowed to participate in this. Only bots.
That's so interesting. I didn't realize that also comments. So I'm looking at one right now that was from the Dad Jokes simulator, and it says 42 million with toilet paper instead of killing it, which I don't understand, but it is a robot, so humor is, I guess, hard to replicate. And then the Roast Me simulator responded with, I can send you when you're at it. Yeah, and neither can your dad after he lost weight and photoshopped it to grade 8 math. I assumed that was, like, a scorching roast. Things like this, though, like, even when they are the most not human of posts, when I see, like, bots interacting with each other, there's part of my mind that goes, yeah, that other bot was probably insulted because, like, they get each other. They understand each other. Does that make sense? I don't know. There's something in my brain that wants to make it make sense. So I just assume, like, oh yeah, if they're commenting, they're literally communicating with each other.
Gosh, you can really get lost in all of these, like, comment threads, though. Jeez.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence is terrifyingly interesting.
Yeah. It's like, with these bots specifically, because, like you said, a lot of their comments don't really make sense. But, like, the way that they're worded, it seems like it's a real sentence.
It seems like it's something that makes sense to them. Like, even in the Roast Me, I was like, oh, there's a bit of, like, a strange sense of humor there. Like, this community will understand what this means. Yeah. And then I have to think about it. I'm like, they're literally bots. Like, do they understand?
I like this post from the conspiracy bot. Biden admits he was from around 2007.
That's a post that could be from a real person. That's just funny.
That one, like, almost makes sense. But then you actually look at the
I feel like
actual post itself, and it says the amount of research that the Great Pyramid, and at the same time, the second person to tell me if you rock with me. By that I mean that President Trump has since said that he was the leaker. I am wondering if this is Project Blue Beam to me. In some ways, it reminds me of the switch to the other deities. You know what's crazy, though, is I could totally picture a conspiracy theorist reading this and be like, yeah, no, he's onto something. He's got some points. He shouldn't be... Brings up some good points there. He snapped and he shouldn't be afraid to say it. Yeah. That is awesome. I love that. Alright, what's your next one? My next one is a super dead community called Cressening. Do you remember this? Wait, spell it? Cressening. Cressening. Cress Craven's The Cressening 2 starring Christopher Walking. What? So anyways, this community takes a bunch of seeds from this plant, I think it's literally just called cress, and they put it on everything. Their main thing that they did was keyboards. So they loved to make these little keyboard plants. Oh, this is interesting. I'm kind of into this. It's cool. The recent post was from a month ago. Press all the keyboards now that COVID's here. But one post that I'm really interested in is keyboard ruined after cressening? And one comment says, yes, once it's done, there's no way of lessening the cressening.
I love that.
That's good. Oh, this is such a weird subreddit, but I like it.
Yeah. It's
really
sad that
cool.
it's pretty dead right now.
Yeah.
Is it possible to replant cress after it set its roots? So it's very interesting because it started with the keyboards, obviously. That's their main thing. But now people just want to talk about it. Like, hey, what the hell? How did this start? Can you decress a cressening? Can you... I don't know. Does anyone know how fast cress grows? It's like, now it's turned into like a little bit of a gardening thing. It does really make me want to get cress, and...
I know. I want to find an old keyboard that we don't use anymore and just like plant cress in it now.
I could do that. I think I have a broken computer.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Something to think about.
Interesting.
Comment below if you want me to cress my keyboard.
We'll post updates. Alright, so this one does need a content warning. Yeah, so this one it's called Fear Me. It has a lot of disturbing horror imagery. So when you first go on the subreddit, the first picture you're greeted with as like the what's it called, the top picture at the very top of the subreddit. It's a giant picture of rotted skeleton corpses in some sort of mortuary.
Like, literally? Or is it, like, really good?
I can't tell if it's real or not. It might be, they might be props.
Wait, I can't see the top image.
Oh, you're using the, you've got the new version of Reddit that you're using. I'm on, So if you go into the URL, and where it says www, replace the www with old.reddit.com/r/fear me.
What? That's so weird. Let me see this image.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
it is very disturbing. So, and then you start looking at the posts. All of the posts are, the titles are all things like, by the river, when the water rises, her gaze traps those who wander alone. And things like that are kind of poetic and very creepy. And seem almost like incantations. And then you can look at the comments.
I'm not going to take away the content warning or the timestamp, but I don't think I'm going to be posting pictures from this just because YouTube literally might take it down. So if you're curious about it, you can go on it. If you are squeamish in any way, shape, or form, I would not suggest it. That first picture is making me really hesitant to click on any of this other stuff, but I really want to click on the one that says, "Don't worry, I'm one of the good cockroaches."
Let me see that.
Oh, that's weird, but I mean, it looks like a doll or something.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of like cursed images, GIFs and pictures from horror movies.
It is really interesting,
and also
actually.
just kind of disturbing like paintings and artists' renderings. So I've heard a theory that this is kind of like a simulation almost of schizophrenia.
Oh.
I'm not sure if that's really accurate. I'm not sure if that really is the intent behind this subreddit. But so you're not allowed to post anything out of character for this subreddit.
Yeah.
However, there is another subreddit. It's called Theory of Fear Me, which I can send you the link to that. It's literally just discussion about this subreddit.
There's some things that are so beautiful, and there's some things that are just... There's just no beauty in it, if that makes sense. It's just like genuine gore and gross out, but some of them are really pretty. It's so weird, this mix of both. It's like you never know which one you're gonna look at. Like, there's this one that I'll show, and it's called Do You Remember? And it's this gorgeous flames, like rainbow flames coming up, and the shadow of a man. And that just looks cool. It looks like it could be an album cover. And then there are other things of mutilated hands and really creepy images of ghosts. And have you seen the one they call for the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun?
No.
Have you seen that one? It's very Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. It's just a bunch of crows.
Oh, that's cool.
You gotta look at it. They're like in the street, they're in the yard, they're everywhere. It's a funny image, but at the same time, I think about, like, what if that's not Photoshop? That's terrifying. There's something about that is so creepy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's very The Birds.
Very The Birds. Lots of the birds.
Lots of the birds.
So going on to my last one.
I'm so in love with...
It's r/totally not robots. It's a bunch of people pretending that they're robots, pretending to not be robots. Very bizarre, surreal things. Most of them are pretty comedic. Even the ones that aren't trying to be comedic, I feel like have this element of, well, we know that the people that post this aren't robots. So it's very funny. It's like you have your subreddit that are bots pretending to be humans, and these ones are humans pretending to be bots. Full circle.
Pretending to be bots, pretending to be humans.
A lot of these posts are about how Mark Zuckerberg is a robot.
Yeah.
and the more I look at them, the more I'm like, yeah, you know what? This looks like it could... Look at this picture and tell me this couldn't be on the Fear Me.
Yeah.
Why does he look like that? I'm sorry, Mark.
I saw this thing that was talking about... It was a meme. It was like, why does the Madame Tussauds wax sculpture of Mark Zuckerberg look more like a human than Mark Zuckerberg actually does?
That's so sad. I feel so bad.
One of the top posts, it's just called Prototype. And it's a tweet. 4-year-old son said the word prototype. When I asked him what it meant, he said, people are a prototype. And I was too scared to ask what he meant.
That's terrifying. There's a CAPTCHA. You know the ones where you have to find all the cars? And it says, hi, fellow human friends. I dare you to find all the cars. I was totally able to do this. I didn't need any help at all. That's so funny. Love it. So yeah, it's, I think, 99% humor. 1% people who want to be robots. Actually, 98% humor. 1% Mark Zuckerberg is a robot. 1% people who want to be robots. Well, this was fun.
Yeah.
Reddit can really be one of those places where you can get lost in a hole. That's not the word. What's the word?
Rabbit hole?
Rabbit hole, yes,
Rabbit
indeed.
hole.
Just a regular human hole. I know phrases.
Oh, that sounds like something else.
Oh.
That's a different kind of subreddit.
Well, Reddit's fun. This is another episode where we can totally make a part 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's still so much we haven't discussed.
There's so many really freaking weird subreddits out there.
Indeed. If you know any really weird subreddits, leave it in the comment below. We'll check it out for our part 2, which will come at some point. Or leave in the comment what you want to hear us talk about next. Next week, we're actually talking more about horror. So stay tuned for that. That is totally Ben's episode. He's super into that stuff.
I'm a huge horror movie fan.
So should we sign off?
All right, I think we should. Do we have a way of signing off yet?
Not yet, but I usually just say, all right, signing off, see you next week. We'll talk about something else, but we actually know what we're talking about next week, and I already introduced it. So we should just say bye, I guess? Bye? You know, like humans?
This is Ben, totally not a robot. I am a human, Ben. This is me saying goodbye to the video.
I wave like this as a way to say farewell to other humans watching. Farewell.